When someone is falling for you but doesn't feel ready to openly express their feelings, their emotions often manifest in subtle, yet unmistakable ways. These signs may seem small or casual on the surface, but they're often deeply meaningful. It can be tricky to recognize these signs, especially if the person is trying to hide their true feelings out of fear, insecurity, or uncertainty about how you might respond. However, these little gestures can speak volumes about their emotional state and how much they care about you. One of the most common signs is when they catch themselves staring at you, only to quickly look away when you notice. This is a clear indication of attraction. They may be admiring you from a distance, overwhelmed by how you make them feel, yet they don't have the courage to say it. The moment they get caught, their reaction, whether it's blushing or avoiding eye contact, often reveals their deeper emotions. They want to be close to you, to see you, to interact with you, but they fear vulnerability. Another subtle sign is when they get nervous or fidgety around you. It could be something as small as playing with their hands, adjusting their clothes, or stumbling over their words. Their nervousness comes from a mix of excitement and anxiety. They might feel a heightened sense of awareness whenever you're around, constantly overthinking their words or actions. This discomfort isn't a sign of disinterest. On the contrary, it's often an indication that they care about making a good impression on you. A person who is falling for you but hesitant to admit it may also find themselves looking for excuses to be near you. They may start conversations, offer help when it's not really needed, or create opportunities to spend time with you, even if it's just a casual interaction. It's not about the task itself. It's about the chance to be in your presence, to connect with you, even if they don't express their intentions outright. These actions might feel random, but they're carefully thought out, showing just how much they long for your attention. Another telltale sign is that they remember the smallest details about you. While many people might forget what you mentioned in passing, someone who has feelings for you will recall the tiniest of things: your favorite foods, the stories you've shared, or your interests. They listen not just with their ears, but with their hearts. Every conversation becomes an opportunity for them to gather more information about you, not out of curiosity, but out of genuine affection. These details hold significant meaning to them, as they're symbols of your connection. Subtle compliments are another way people express their feelings when they're not ready to be direct. They may praise your sense of humor, your kindness, or even your appearance, but these compliments will often feel understated. They're not showering you with extravagant praise. Instead, they make small comments that reveal how much they admire you. Their compliments might seem casual, but they're deeply meaningful, often layered with affection and admiration. Even when things feel like they're going well, the person may struggle to express their emotions directly. This hesitation is rooted in fear of rejection, fear of vulnerability, or fear of changing the dynamic of your relationship. Instead of saying, "I like you," they may drop subtle hints through actions, like doing little things to make your day easier, helping you out without being asked, or checking in on you frequently to make sure you're okay. These signs may not be obvious at first, but once you start noticing the small changes in their behavior, it becomes clear that their actions are driven by deeper feelings. The way they react when you talk to other people, how they light up when you're around, and their constant efforts to be near you all suggest one thing: they're falling for you. Even if they're not saying it directly, these signs are their way of silently showing you just how much they care. 1. He stares at you when he thinks you're not looking. When someone is falling for you but thinks you'll never notice, they often find themselves staring at you when they believe you're not looking. It's an unconscious action that reveals their interest and admiration. They might get lost in observing your expressions, the way you talk, or even how you interact with others. Their gaze is filled with curiosity and affection, yet they quickly look away if caught, pretending to focus elsewhere. This act comes from a mix of longing and hesitation, as they admire you from a distance but lack the courage to openly share their feelings. 2. He gets nervous or fidgety around you. When someone is falling for you, but feels unsure if you'll notice, their body language often gives them away. They might appear nervous or fidgety whenever you're around. This could show through restless hands, adjusting their hair or clothes, or even stumbling over their words. Their heart races, making it hard to stay calm or composed in your presence. They may avoid direct eye contact, speak faster, or laugh nervously at small things. This nervous energy stems from a fear of messing up or saying the wrong thing, as they deeply care about how you perceive them. 3. He tries to find excuses to be near you. When someone is falling for you, they'll often create small, seemingly casual reasons to be near you. They might accidentally bump into you in places they know you'll be, or volunteer to help with tasks just to spend time together. Whether it's asking for your opinion on something trivial or starting a random conversation, their goal is simply to be in your presence. These moments may seem coincidental, but they're usually deliberate. Their efforts to stay close reflect their desire to connect with you, even if they're too afraid to admit their true feelings directly. 4. He remembers small details about you. When someone is falling for you, they pay close attention to even the smallest details about you. They'll remember things like your favorite coffee order, the stories you've shared, or little quirks you might not even notice about yourself. It shows they're genuinely listening and value everything you say. These details often come up unexpectedly, like when they surprise you with something you mentioned in passing or recall something most people would overlook. This level of attention reflects how much they care about you and how deeply you've left an impression on their mind and heart. 5. He often compliments you subtly. When someone is falling for you but hesitant to show it, their compliments often come subtly. Instead of grand, obvious flattery, they might comment on how nice your smile is, how you have great taste in music, or how you handled a situation impressively. These compliments feel natural and sincere, often sprinkled into conversations as though they're just observations. They might not overdo it because they don't want to seem too obvious. But the compliments are heartfelt. It's their way of expressing admiration without making their feelings too clear, hoping you'll notice their appreciation for you. 6. He laughs at your jokes, even the silly ones. When someone is falling for you, they'll laugh at your jokes, even the ones that aren't particularly funny. It's not just about the humor, it's about showing they enjoy your company and value the things you say. Their laughter might be a little louder or more enthusiastic than usual, and they'll often smile at you while doing it. Even if the joke is silly or random, they'll find it endearing because it comes from you. This reaction is their way of connecting with you and making you feel appreciated, even in the smallest, light-hearted moments. 7. He hesitates to express his feelings directly. When someone is falling for you but is scared to reveal it, they often hesitate to express their feelings directly. They may struggle to find the right words or overthink how you might react. Instead, they might drop hints through their actions, like being extra attentive or caring, hoping you'll pick up on their emotions without them having to say it outright. Their hesitation often comes from fear of rejection or uncertainty about how you feel. This internal conflict keeps them from being open, even though their feelings are evident in the way they look at you or treat you. 8. He gets jealous when you talk to other people. When someone is falling for you but keeping their feelings hidden, jealousy can reveal their emotions. They may become noticeably uneasy or distant when you're talking to someone else, especially if it seems like you're enjoying the interaction. They might not say anything directly, but their body language, like crossed arms, forced smiles, or avoiding eye contact, can give them away. Sometimes they'll try to join the conversation or subtly shift your attention back to them. This jealousy isn't about control. It's a sign that they care deeply about you and fear losing their chance to be more than just a friend. 9. He always tries to help you without being asked. When someone is falling for you, they'll often go out of their way to help you, even without being asked. Whether it's offering assistance with a task, solving a problem, or simply being there when you need support, They'll make an effort to show they care. Their actions might seem small, like carrying something heavy for you or fixing something broken, but it's their way of expressing affection through actions rather than words. They genuinely want to make your life easier and show you that you can rely on them, even if they don't openly share their true feelings. 10. He texts or calls you for random reasons. When someone is falling for you, they might text or call you for reasons that seem random or insignificant. They might ask about your day, share something they found interesting, or just check in to see how you're doing, even if there's no urgent need. These small casual interactions are their way of keeping the connection alive and staying in your thoughts. It's not about the content of the message. It's about the opportunity to hear your voice or see your response, giving them a chance to feel closer to you without making it too obvious. 11. He seems protective of you in small ways. When someone is falling for you, they may express their feelings through protective gestures, even in subtle ways. This could be as simple as offering you their jacket when it's cold, making sure you're safe when walking home, or checking if you're okay when you seem upset. These actions show they care deeply for your well-being and want to ensure you're comfortable and secure. Even if they don't explicitly say it, their protective nature reveals a strong emotional attachment, and it's their way of silently showing you they're there to support and look out for you. 12. He listens carefully to everything you say. When someone is falling for you, they listen to you with an unusual level of attention. They remember even the smallest details you share, whether it's something about your day, your hopes, or a story from your past. They don't just hear your words, they absorb them, showing a deep interest in what you have to say. You'll notice that they often bring up things you mentioned before, asking about them later, which shows they value your thoughts. This level of attentiveness is their way of showing that they care about you, not just as a person, but as someone they're emotionally invested in. 13. He looks disappointed when you don't notice him. When someone is falling for you but afraid to express their feelings, they often show disappointment when you don't notice them. It might be subtle, like a slight frown or a shift in their posture, but it's clear that they're longing for your attention. They may try to get closer or make eye contact, hoping you'll finally see them. But when you don't, they can't hide the letdown. This reaction reveals how much they care about being seen by you, but they're unsure how to make their feelings known without making things awkward. 14. He checks up on you frequently. When someone is falling for you, they'll check up on you more often than you might expect. This could mean sending a quick message to ask how your day is going, making sure you're feeling okay if you're unwell, or simply checking in to see if you need anything. It's not because they feel obligated, but because they genuinely care about your well-being. Their frequent check-ins are their way of staying connected, showing that you're always on their mind, even if it's just a casual question or a simple, "How are you?" That reflects their deeper feelings. 15. He changes his behavior when you're around. When someone is falling for you, their behavior often changes when you're around. They might act more attentive, kinder, or even a little shy in your presence. Their body language may shift, standing straighter, smiling more often, or being more considerate of your needs. This change is usually subtle but noticeable, as they unconsciously adjust their actions to make a better impression, or simply to be more agreeable. It's their way of showing that they care, but without openly admitting their feelings. These changes in behavior highlight their emotional investment and desire to connect with you. 16. He blushes or avoids eye contact when you catch him staring. When someone is falling for you, they often blush or quickly look away if you catch them staring. Their feelings make them nervous or self-conscious, so when you notice their gaze, they might become flustered. The blush comes from the rush of emotions they're trying to hide, and avoiding eye contact is a way of trying to regain composure. This reaction is a clear sign that they care about you more than they're willing to admit, and it shows just how much they are drawn to you, even if they aren't ready to openly express it yet.